What's going on, everyone? It's StrangeLuv, and I'm bringing you some Black Ops Sticks and Stones gameplay. And the reason I'm playing Black Ops today is because I'm going to be talking about Black Ops 2. Now, about a week ago on the official Black Ops forum, there was a bunch of leaked information on one of the forum posts, and it got taken down. The information wasn't cached, but another user on the forum was able to post the information again. It got taken down, but this time they were able to repost it on some other websites, so I'm going to put those in the description. There's all these different little bits and pieces of information that got leaked about the future Black Ops 2 game that's coming out, made by Treyarch. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the whole list of leaked info, I'm just going to be mentioning some of the things that stood out to me, but if you wanted to read the entire list of stuff, I'll put the links in the description to the websites that still have the information posted. And you can go over it there on your own time. And please keep in mind that all of this information is tentative. It might not be all true, and a lot of it might change by the time the finished product comes out, and there's going to be all sorts of leaked information and rumors that come out as it gets closer to the time of the so-called Black Ops 2. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's still fun to talk about. But let's get right into it. So one of the first things that I noticed on the list that stood out was the heat vision point streak. And this is supposed to be an attachment that goes on your primary weapons where you can see through walls. And essentially what they're trying to do is, get rid of campers. If you can see through walls, you can find pretty much anybody hiding in a corner. I actually thought of the same idea when I was playing Syndicate, because Syndicate you have the same ability to turn on this technology where you can see through walls and have heat vision, but it only lasts for about 30 seconds or so, and once it turns off you can find all the enemies. And I doubt that they're going to have it so that you can shoot through walls and wallbang the people that are hiding in corners and stuff. I think that would be kind of interesting if they did do that, but I doubt that that's the case. This is just so that you can find those people who are just hiding in corners, you get sniped across the map or something, you can find where they're hiding. I think that would be an interesting addition to the game, and an elegant solution to eliminating campers. Another part of the leaked info that stood out to me were the changes that they're making to the hardcore game mode. And I used to play hardcore a lot. I haven't really played it as much lately on Modern Warfare 3, I've gotten used to core, but in Black Ops I definitely played hardcore. That was the game mode of choice for me. One of the changes that they're making to hardcore is that they're decreasing the respawn times. Now I think this is a great idea. Personally, I think there shouldn't be any respawn time. Like how it is in Kill Confirmed on hardcore right now in Modern Warfare 3, there's no respawn penalty. But if they have to keep the respawn time in, then it's better to decrease it, because how it normally is in hardcore is they have a wave spawn, and depending on when you die, you can have up to a 15-second waiting time during your respawn time, and that just is way too long. And I also think that the long respawn time is one of the reasons that hardcore is so campy to begin with. A lot of people don't play hardcore because people camp so hard, and I think people camp so hard just because they don't want to sit around for 15 seconds waiting to respawn. It definitely impacts the overall flow and feel of the game, so I'm definitely pro decreasing the respawn times. Now it also says that one bullet in the foot will no longer kill a person, you have to shoot him in the head or chest to get that one-hit kill. It sounds to me like they're reducing the health to maybe half instead of minuscule, which sounds reasonable to me. You can't just sneeze on a person in hardcore anymore and expect to kill them. Another thing that they said is that if you're severely injured, you will bleed out. And it's under the hardcore section, so I'm assuming this is just in hardcore, but I think that'd be a good idea for the whole game as well, even in core. Because I hate when I know that I injured the crap out of somebody and they run away as if nothing happened. It's also really annoying in hardcore because if you get injured and you don't die, you walk around with this bloody red screen because your health doesn't regenerate. So it's not necessarily that I'd want to take the death in that case, but that's something that I could get used to, and I can kind of understand why they would make that change. The last bit of leaked information that I wanted to talk about is the perk system. Apparently they're going to be upgrading the whole Perk Pro system, and each perk is going to have 2 different options that it can advance to. It says that once the desired Pro version is unlocked, the player can select it as their Perk Pro, and once selected, the only way to choose the other option is by entering Prestige mode. I thought this was an interesting idea because it actually gives you a reason to Prestige, because if you want that extra Pro perk, you'll have to Prestige to get it. And as it is right now, I don't have a good reason to Prestige. I know a lot of you ask me all the time, like, oh, are you going to try to Prestige? My answer is no, because there's really no reason to Prestige. The most you get is maybe a title or an emblem or something, but it's just not worth it to me. Right now, I have all of my guns set up how I want them, I have all the perks, and I'm not going to just erase it all just to get exactly where I was before I Prestiged again. So, if Prestiging offered something different, like new weapons, new perks, new guns, or something like that, then I might have the incentive to actually do it, because if I know that, hey, I want to get this perk or I want to get this gun, and the only way to do it is to get to prestige level 5, then I'd be more likely to prestige, and it would make the game more dynamic in that sense. And I'm definitely all about dynamics in games, you guys. I'm sure you've got that by now. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just went over a couple of the things that stood out to me on the leaked information for Black Ops 2. Please feel free to go read the rest of the information that was leaked on the links that I've provided in the description. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate all of your support and feedback, and if you haven't watched some of the previous videos that are on the screen right now, I encourage you to do so. And until next time, here's a big wet one for the road. Mwah! Take it easy, guys.